Hey guys, sorry I was gone for like 2 days. I was sick but I'm back now. Yippee! But anyways, if you guys listened to the Halloween special this year, you guys know what story this is, but I decided to make this a weekend story because I know a lot of people wanted to actually listen to the full thing. So here it is. Chapter 1. Everything was cold. Everything was dark. Yin's breath puffed out in endless clouds of cold as she ran for her life. From what? She knew not. The monster chasing her was exactly that, a monster. It didn't look anything like a human, instead having deadly red skin that pulled tight against its bones, large eyes of seemingly endless pool of darkness, sharpened fangs and claws, and drooped with a scarlet substance, and then one singular horn protruded from its forehead. She didn't want to believe what she saw. She truly didn't. As exhilaration pumped through her, her body will not die, seething her. She did her best she could in this situation. It wasn't every day one ran for their life, nor feel the fear that held tight into her heart in like a death-like grip until she was sure it would burst. Why? She asked this one-worded question over and over in her mind for so long that she forgot the meaning of it, wondering why she was even asking such a silly question, because there was no answer, no reason as to why she was there or why the current situation was happening to her. Fate dealt her a hand of cards, and now she had to play. Digging her foot into the snow that lay piled around her, even more falling down from the endless cloudy sky. She filled the face with the one chasing her, and its chest heaving in and out as flecks of drool dripped from its chin. "I cannot wait to feast on a human," it said, licking its disgusting tongue across its lips. "I haven't had a human in so long." "Is that Japanese?" Narrowing her eyes at the monster, Yin was glad to have taken that language in school, having pursued the knowledge of it up until she had fallen into this world, merely luck ticking her side and mocking her. "Die, human!" It roared, lunging towards her, and in inhuman speed knocking her to the ground. As she cried out, her life simply flashed before her eyes in a burst of color and swirls, memories of heartache and joy. She wished with all her might that she was anywhere but there, that she was home, that she was with her family, that she was warm and safe. But she wasn't. She had to face her reality. With no other choice, he screamed in recollection as she bit down on its hand that was holding her down, surprising it and giving her enough time to wiggle out from its grasp and sprint away. Sweat was dripping down her forehead as she had never run so hard in her life as she did then, using the small stroke of the upper hand that she had to get away from the monster. "You bitch!" it screamed, small traces of its blood leaking from its hand. "How dare a mere weak and insolent human like you do this to me? You'll suffer for this." Sprinting out a little bit of blood that was still the foul taste in her mouth, Yin glanced back and glared at whatever approaching entity, hatred burning within her even though she knew it was far more stronger than she could ever been. Screaming back at the monster to leave her alone, waving in and out of the tree line to avoid its ever-lurking grasp. She grunted at the realization of how it was toying with her. She knew it could easily overpower her, and she also knew what it was trying to do. The trees soon thinned into a wide open field. Her cover was gone, and now tried to run towards a small house that looming in the distance. The mountains behind the house held a faint trace of orange being in them, a clear signal that the sunrise wasn't too far off. Finally collapsing onto the porch, trying to make her shaking arms reach out for the doorknob, Yin startled when hearing the monster's cry of rage far from her current position. Glancing back, her lips parted in surprise when seeing that it was not had followed her, but instead lurking just behind the tree line, pacing back and forth. It was as if it was waiting for her. She inhaled sharply. What? Why didn't it follow me? As the sun finally peaked at the tops of the mountain, the thing shrieked one last time before disappearing into the darkness of the woods. Not wasting another second, Yin banged harshly on the door as she screamed for help, practically begging whoever it was to let her inside. No sooner after her first shrill shriek and loud knock did the door open to reveal a rather frazzled old couple, both looking down at her in pity as tears streamed down her cheeks. "Oh," the older woman exclaimed as she used a cloth to try and wipe away Yin's tears, her expression one of alarm and worry when seeing her. "You poor thing. Let's get you inside," the husband faltered, glancing around one final time with narrow eyes before swiftly shutting the door and locking it, not taking any chances. "May I ask what happened, my dear?" the old woman asked as she led Yin to sit down on an old wooden table in the kitchen, mostly everything being made of the same material save the metal pots and pans hanging up. "How did you get so hurt like this?" It was a monster," Yin stammered out in broken Japanese, trying to piece whatever she remembered from her lessons, even her broken state of mind. It chased me. It wanted to eat me. I was so scared." Collapsing into the woman's arms, she cried for who knows how long, breathing heavily in and out as she tried to form concert sentences and apologies. "I'm sorry. I just want to go home." "Oh," the old lady sighed, looking up with saddened brown eyes towards her husband, who reflected the look of pity. "Those heathens. What you ran into, my dear, was a demon." It's time for Taisho Era Secret. Well, it's not Taisho, it's Tatsugawa Era. Yin took Japanese lessons all throughout middle school, high school, and college. Yin in this story just turned 24, and the demon that chased Yin was on the brink of starvation, but knew how to conceive to a good degree. So I hope you guys like this. You won't see Muzan for a couple of chapters, but you'll see some other characters. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Bye!